The Proteas Women landed back in South Africa today following a successful outing at the Cricket World Cup in India. And of course, they may have lost out, but we're keen to hear from what they have to say, because in our eyes, they still, of course, champions. Let's listen into that press conference.
South Africa, Mr. Katakaukawa-san. Apologies for that, sir. I will do better next time. And obviously our ExCo members from CWC, board members as well, and the staff, thank you so much for coming, and as well as our esteemed and beloved media at the back. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Yeah, what a journey it has been. I can say it's been 55 days, but it's probably been coming in for the last 3 years. These ladies have done us proud. We've had moments of testing our character, but also moments of elation and pure joy over the last campaign. And yeah, the history makers did it again, ladies and gentlemen. They did it again. Once again, breaking boundaries, becoming the first senior South African team to make a 50 over World Cup in India. That is, and obviously they did the same thing in the T20 World Cup. So yeah, please, another round of applause for them. Throughout this campaign, they've showed their relenting and unbreakable spirit, and always making sure that they make the badge and South Africans proud every time they put on that green and gold. So thank you so much, ladies. And I promise you one thing, this cup will come home one day. It's just a matter of time. To start off, Deputy Minister, can I please ask you to come on stage, or come up, and then we'll do a quick word of thanks.
Because you were welcomed by the brass band, so as a Motswana woman, we say, on behalf of the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, and Minister Mackenzie, I am bringing you warm congratulatory message, and that you've done your best. We are proud of you. And to the leadership, to the coach, to the president, to the board members, most importantly to the parents and family members that are here, thank you very much for the support that you've given to the girls. I'm told that they've been away for 4 weeks. 8 weeks. Yes, it has been a very lonely 8 weeks out of the country. You can feel that they missed being home. And welcome back, girls. We love you and we are proud of you. To our sponsors, without you, this is not possible. Thank you very much. We are grateful for the support that you have given to our girls team. I was just talking to someone now and checking whether they were flying economy or business, or were they chartered. So I'm told that the girls are still flying, normal. That needs to be improved because they are special cargos. They deserve. No, they must be chartered. Yes. Even the worst performing team of the country, I will not mention, they have their private jet, so they must be chartered. They deserve it. A couple of months ago, we made a commitment as the department that all women teams that have made it to the World Cup, we will pledge $1 million for them. And we were waiting for cricket to qualify, and we were hoping that when they win, we'll give them 2 million. But then they set a very high standard. They said 2 million each. So it was going to be difficult, President, if they could have won, because they insisted that they needed 2 million each. I can safely say that we've released the money today. That money is going directly to support and to thank them for the efforts and the commitment that they have made. So you have $1 million in your account. I'm not sure how do you define a player, but it is for players. So, and thank you very much for flying the flag very high. You have motivated millions of young girls. They can see that it is possible and it is doable, and that women's sports does have a very bright future in our country. And we're going to make sure that we support you. And I'm told 3 times, it's for the 3rd time, that you smelled the trophy. So next time, I hope that I'll still be here, maybe being a minister. Definitely, if you fail, I'm taking over. I will go in and play. But I saw the trophy and, I could feel that I'm taking this. This is going to South Africa. But as we know that when we play, the one will win and the other one will definitely lose. But you're not bad losers. You fought very well. I was there. We were there. And it was a beautiful game. Congratulations, and we love you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Mabe. Just before we move over to the Q&A part of the evening, I just want to, although it definitely was a combined effort from the entire team and management, I just want to acknowledge a couple of records that were set throughout this campaign. With the team winning 6 out of 9 matches, the most they've ever won in a single campaign at a World Cup. And then just going into the individual records, please correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a very, very long flight back. But please, excuse me if I do make a mistake. But starting off with Tasman Brits, recorded a century against New Zealand, notching up a record-breaking 5th for the year 2025. We've got Marizanne Cup, now has the most wickets in the history of ICC Women's Cricket World Cup, with 44. Marizanne's 5 for 20 in the semi-final as well, was the 2nd best figures in the tournament as well. And then Nonkululeko Mlaba finished as South Africa's highest wicket taker with 13. And Nadine de Klerk finished with the 2nd best strike rate in the tournament of 131. And going probably to my personal player of the tournament, Miss Laura Wolfart. She recorded the most runs in a single edition with 571. That included 2 half-centuries and 2 hundreds as well, including a tournament high score of 169 against England in that semi-final. There's a couple more records. Only the 2nd ever player to score back-to-back hundreds in a semi-final and a final. She also became the first South African to score more than 1,000 runs in World Cup history as well. And last but not least, she's got now the most 50 or above scores in World Cup history with 14, 212 50s. Thank you. We'll move over to the Q&A section. Please, the media, please do use your hand and we'll make sure to bring a mic over to you. And please just state who the question is for from the top of the table. Who's keen to kick us off? Thank you, Marnus. Please pass the mic to Marnus there. Thank you, Meneer.
Hello, Laura. Actually, after the first, or not the first final...
Marnus, your mic is off. You're a big man, I know. There we go. There we go.
Thank you. Actually, after your 3rd final in actually last year's, actually, what would you say is actually needed to get over that last hurdle?
I think obviously we've come so close in the last 3 tournaments. I think it's frustrating because it feels like we're playing out really good cricket. I think at the end of the day it's just a game of cricket and someone has to win and someone has to lose. I think the other night just didn't go our way. I think we definitely had everything that we needed, definitely well equipped to win that game. Just lost our way a little bit in the chase, but really proud of our campaign. I think we played some really positive cricket throughout. I think it's just that one final step in that final game that we need to win. But it's just a game of cricket.
Thank you. Gentleman at the back, thanks, Vuyo.
Good evening, Vuyo from Newsroom Africa. Congratulations to the team. Maybe my question can go to Coach Mandla. Coach, maybe now that, of course, we are in this mood, and more than any other time, we're feeling like the title's coming. And of course, the next opportunity now comes in the T20 World Cup next year, England, Wales. Just how crucial is this period from now? We've got incoming series. I think we've got Ireland, we've got Pakistan as well. In terms of, you've already been speaking about solutions that you're going to be putting on in the team, lessons that come out of this World Cup. Just how crucial is in this period to make sure that we get over that line?
Thanks for the question. I think it's a really good question. You know, and I just want to say thank you to everyone because even though we lost the final, it feels like we've won. You make it feel like it, and I really appreciate that. And also just want to thank the players. I thought they were unbelievable throughout the tournament. They're the real heroes. I'm not. You know, I've got support staff that helps me to get things right. Sometimes we do fight, but it's the nature of the beast. But then to come back to your question, I think it's crucial because obviously we're embarking on a new journey now, a new project, which is the T20 World Cup. It's just for us to make sure that we put those bases together to make sure that when we get to England, we leave no stone unturned. Every player is ready based on the skill that or the role that they're going to play for the team. And also just that belief, man. And it's something that we spoke about in this World Cup, and I could just see it grow and grow and grow as the tournament grew. And now that we got to the final, I think, you know, going forward, it's okay to have a taste of it, but it's another thing to want more. And we're going to want it more. And we speak about crossing the line. There are no guarantees in this game, whether you're going to win or lose. But at the same time, I feel this team is capable of winning finals. And because we are so engaged to us winning a World Cup, even when we do well, we don't see that. And I think there's a process to everything. And maybe us losing 3 finals is a process to us getting to one. And we just need to believe in that process and just keep going.
Any takers for following question? Front here.
Good evening. Firstly, congratulations to the entire team for making it to the first ODI World Cup final. My question is directed to the coach. Coach, before you left for the final, we were asked if the first match of the tournament is going to determine how the tournament is going to go, and you said no. Obviously, with that first match against England, the 69 all out, what conversations did you have with the team going into the rest of the matches of the tournament? Because I know you mentioned this a couple of times, that before you speak to the player, you talk to the human first, because they are human first before they are the player.
I'll backtrack on that. I think it was actually the most important game that we've played in the World Cup. What happened in that first game gave us perspective, made us understand what we need to do to get into a final. So that was probably the most important game for us. As bad as it looked, but for us it was something that propelled us to giants that we became in this tournament. And we needed that game to just open our eyes and give us perspective and to see what we need to do going forward. And the chance that we have was simple. Forget everything. It's done. We can't change it. We can control what's coming ahead of us, and that's what we've done. And we won 5 games in a row after that. So it's also from a human perspective. It just tells you that you can't dwell in the past. You have to really face what's ahead of you, and that's what we've done. And kudos to these girls. They were unbelievable throughout. And yeah, sometimes I had some harsh words to say. Sometimes, you know, I had to be a nice guy, but they listened to everything and respected everything.
Just a follow-up on that. So I had a conversation actually with one of the players before you left, and they said that you give them individual tasks, you know, to just go back and reflect on. I know the World Cup is done, but Coach, I'm very curious to know what some of those tasks may have been.
You know, now you want me to reveal my secrets. The task is simple. It's you as a person. Go and reflect. Think about what you've done and how you contributed to the team's success or failure, and see if you can do it better next time you get an opportunity to do that. That's all. It's you, the person. Reflect on you. Because at the end of the day, you can look at everybody else and start pointing fingers and say, because of that one and that one and that one. It won't help you. So you gotta do some introspection and then come up with the solutions.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yang Asipende from the Daily Maverick. My question is for the skipper. I think generally we all know that women's sports is still trying to play catch up to the men's game across different sports. As unfortunate as it is to lose 3 World Cup finals in a row, for the people that are coming behind you, how important is it for you guys to be reaching these levels that you are reaching? And of course, hopefully the World Cup will come in the next couple of years, but just to be there and, inspiring the people that are coming behind you as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think this tournament we really felt a lot of support from back home. It was amazing to see sort of my phone blowing up after we won that semi-final. How many people were watching. There were videos of the whole entire school supporting us, having dress-up days in their Protea clothes. I think stuff like that maybe wouldn't have happened 8-10 years ago in the women's game. I saw a picture on Twitter as well of the World Cup final in 2013 in India, and it was almost an empty stadium, and a couple of nights ago we played in front of 45,000 people, sold out stadium. So I think it's absolutely amazing to see how far the women's game has come. You can really visibly see the progress, and I think us making finals just inspires so many young girls at schools, and boys as well, to take up the sport, to see what's possible as a professional female athlete in the country. So it's very awesome.
Thanks. Benjamin? Thanks, Lita. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Laura.
Hello.
My name is Benjamin. My name is Benjamin Leshuru from SABC Sport. Congratulations on everything. I'd like to know, you had admittedly not been in the best form of your life heading to the World Cup, and you had explained that you still want to get back to your best, and you did, and we're all glad to see it at the most crucial stages. I'd like to know what snaps. Is there something that snaps at the right moment for you as the captain? I mean, you've been to World Cups, you faced heartbreak 2017, 2022, but this is the first time you were the captain. Is there something that snaps at the right moment for you to say, okay, this is the big stage, let me do this? And also, secondly, can you just explain the howling from the ladies when your name was mentioned? Inside joke, maybe? I'm
guessing it's because my nickname is Wolfie. And
oh, sorry.
Bit of a howl. But yeah, on my personal form, obviously, I probably didn't have my best year leading up to the World Cup. But cricket kind of goes that way, bit of ebbs and flows. I think chatted to a lot of the coaches about how I was going about it, and maybe almost took it a bit too seriously this year. I think in games you have to be a bit sort of carefree in order to play a natural game. I think this year maybe wanted it a little bit too much, or wanted to do well too much, whereas we had a few rain-delayed games in Colombo where we were sort of forced to play a more attacking brand of cricket. And I think those games sort of helped loosen the shackles a bit for my personal game, and just kept going with that free scoring mindset. And yeah, we obviously have a whole lineup of batters that are really good and really aggressive, so I know that I can just play my natural game up front in the tournament. So it was nice to sort of just have that freedom opening the batting, and yeah, bit of lucky timing, I guess, to score runs at the end.
Good evening, everyone. All protocol observed. Ladies, congratulations on your work. Enoch, this question's for you. There are provincial structures in place that have allowed for players to come through for the 50-over format and the 20-over format. But do you look at any room for improvement to ensure that the work that's been done over the past 3 ICC editions and getting into finals isn't wasted moving forward for the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, great question. Firstly, I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone, that has been involved in this journey, from members council to the board to the executive to the staff, the rest of the cricket ecosystem, our sponsors that have joined us, on this journey going forward, and most importantly, and it was mentioned before, our families play a massive role. A lot wouldn't be achieved if our families didn't, back us and understand the level of sacrifices that every cricketer, administrators, all of us, we actually go through to ensure that, we give it all, we give it our best, and we can actually raise the flag and raise it as high as possible, and try and make obviously everyone proud in the country, but also in the continent. And coming back to your question. We've always been intentional in terms of our investment in our cricketing structure, especially in women's cricket. When we started to envision what women's cricket could actually look like down the line, we needed to make some big calls and some sacrifices financially. And because we didn't want to get behind the eighth ball, we wanted to make sure that we put ourselves in a position that we can actually compete against the best, and not only just compete and also start to dominate and win matches and win World Cups. And that's been the mindset. And everybody that has been involved in this process, coaches, the rest of management, players, everyone, you can almost see how the mindset has changed over the last sort of 3 years. And in that process, obviously strengthening our domestic structures, because that was one element we needed to make sure that, we try and bridge the gap between international and domestic. And there's even bigger players moving forward, because for us, it's important that, we remain very competitive and very dominant at international cricket. But now, what do we need to do between international and domestic? How do we make sure that that gap also gets a bit closer and tighter? Because for us, it's not just about short term; it is a long term, and we want to dominate as South Africans. So that for us is not we don't gonna look at the failures. Yes, there's one or two things we will probably review, but there's been a lot of positives out of this World Cup. And if you look at all the World Cups that we've played, and every single World Cup, there's been, from a performance point of view, there's been massive improvements. And you can see the level of, Laura spoke about the attacking brand of cricket. And it's not only just on the batting front, but also on the bowling front. Speaking to the coach, how impressed he was with the bowling unit in the final, how they actually responded in their second spells, after such a good start by the Indian team. But the maturity they showed and the belief, it was incredible, because we could have been in a position where we could have chased down 350, but that is something that has been coming, and you can see that this unit is carrying something special, and it's just a matter of time. And we got to make sure that we keep investing, we keep supporting, bettering the structures, and like I said, it's just a matter of time that this team do something even extra special for us.
Thank you, Enoch. Any takers? Thank you. Please go ahead.
Coach Mandla, good evening, everyone. This one is for you. While I was doing interviews during the World Cup, a lot of people were commending your leadership style in terms of how calm you are, especially leading the ladies into high-pressured matches. I just want to find out from you, how do you explain your leadership style? It's a follow-up question to the ladies one. How do you explain your leadership style, and how much of that has worked? And also your observation of youngsters, how they have managed to handle themselves during this World Cup. Top of my head, Karabo.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
I thought you were going to say somebody else as well. Just from my side, I think, having been privileged enough to play the game, I sort of understood what is it that I want as a player, and what is it that I don't want. Because I think a lot of times what has happened in my career was that they treated me as a player, so I was a commodity, somebody that just needs to produce all the time, and they forgot the person. And then that's when it dawned on me to say, okay, so what is important here? Is it the outcome or is it the person? Is it the performances or is it the person? Is it winning or is it the person? Because you can lose, but the person needs to be consistent and they must stay true to themselves all the time. And then I think we spend a lot more time on the skill side of things and we spend less time on the human side of things. And that's my philosophy, is that human first and then cricketer second. Because if you get a good human, you'll get a good cricketer, irrespective. I don't care how bad you are as a player. If you're a good human being, somewhere, somehow, something is going to come together and you realize your true potential. So that is my philosophy in a nutshell.
And the youngsters, coach?
That's why I like you, Tilita. You keep me on top of my game, yeah. The youngsters, for me, I actually don't put a tag on them. They're not youngsters, they're cricketers. Like Kapi is a cricketer and she's been here for donkey years. And they remain cricketers. The age, it's just a number. If you're good enough, you're old enough. Because you can be old and not be good. You know, so for me, they're cricketers. They're not youngsters. Yes, from a potential point of view, this is what we done. Our outlook in players that they're young, we actually forget that their potential is much bigger than most players that they found there. They can grow and become even better. That is the strength that they carry as youngsters. They carry good energy, and Karabo does do that. She does make fun of me, and every now and again I'm like, this youngster. But yeah, it's always nice to have young players to witness what she's witnessed today. I mean, I saw her in the final, she was crying, as if she's the one that didn't make us win. She cared so much about this team winning on the day. And those are the type of human beings we're after in this team. And if you as a player don't want to subscribe to that, then you won't be part of these special human beings there.
Thank you, Mbumi. Please. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to the team. My question is directed to Captain Laura. Obviously, with the records you've managed to break, with Gita also just explaining each and every one of it, personally to you, like, how much does it really mean, to perform this much in the World Cup, and how validating it is to maybe the young Laura who had always dreamt of such, moments, and how you probably hope to incorporate such a winning mentality into your leadership going forward. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously nice to score runs, but at the end of the day, if I could trade that and win the final, I'd do that really quickly. Yeah, it's a bit bittersweet, I guess. I think as a cricketer, sort of my main goal in my career is to win a World Cup trophy. ODI World Cup probably even more, because it's so rare and only comes around once every 4 years. So I think the overwhelming feeling is still a bit of disappointment deep down. The personal stuff is nice, I guess, but yeah, at the end of the day, I would have loved to win the game.
Thank you. I'll take a couple more. Any takers? All right, I think that brings us to the end. Budyanga, the microphone, please. Last one, sorry.
Good evening again. This one is for you, Coach. I just wanted to find out just your summary of this World Cup experience for you with this team. How was it for you?
I thought I was going to do that to the D. When I do my report and I send it to him, I was going to summarize everything. But now I have to do it here. I think it was a competition that really brought out the best of these girls. I think the character in which the girls operated throughout was second to none. And I think, the learnings, there's nothing better than a growing person that you would meet in life. Somebody that's willing to grow and become a better version of themselves. And these girls have shown that throughout. When you watched our games, you could see them playing with passion. You could see them playing with heart. You could see the dives on the field. You could see the catches that we took, the fight that we've shown. And it just shows what this team means to each and every one of them, and they're willing to fight for one another. Obviously the start that we had was not ideal, but like I said, it gave us perspective. And we played really, really good cricket. And we always felt that we were probably at 60-70% throughout. We're still working towards a perfect game. And I think we saw that perfect game against England. And then, you know, as it goes, when you get to a final, it's about who wants it the most. It's about who plays the small moments well. We probably maybe missed out on that. They were not a better team than us. They know that. We probably didn't play certain moments in the game very well. That cost us. But, you know, I see these girls in my eyes, they're winners. They're all winners.
Yes.
And they'll remain winners, because whatever it is that we live now will manifest in June.
Thank you so much, Mr. Richards. I see you looking at me. I'm not going to leave you hanging here. Just a comment from your side, sir. Just your thoughts on the journey that these ladies have taken and how proud you are of them.
This women's side, as I've said so many times, they said that the trend for us, and I think it's through their own actions that they achieve so much. If you look, the one thing that was very obvious when they departed was their conditioning, Laura, and I actually mentioned it to your fitness and conditioning coaches. I've never seen a team or a women's team in the condition. So that shows the sacrifices that the individuals make in order to achieve. The most noticeable thing in the space is, maybe it's a tribute to the coach or whatever, is that you play for each other. Is that how each one fights for the next one, how each one supports the other one. And that's what breeds success. If you think you've only inspired South Africa, let me tell you, you should take a step back and see what the ICC chair said in the Twitter last night. What the contribution you have made to...
All right, and then speaking there, of course, is the Cricket South Africa president, and that is Mr. Rian Richards. And of course, we also heard from the director of cricket, Enoch Ngwe, Mandla Mashimbi as well, the head coach of the Proteas Women, and the captain, Laura Wolfart, of course, of the Proteas Women. This is a very important press briefing that is currently underway in Rosebank at the Cricket South Africa headquarters, and that is the homecoming, the celebration of the Proteas Women after they made history, becoming the very first South African team to reach the final of an ODI Cricket World Cup. And of course, they return home with silver medals after falling short in the final against India in India. And of course, it was great to see them arriving at the OR Tambo International Airport just this afternoon. And of course, the celebrations continue. And the biggest message also there was coming from the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, them saying that there is a financial incentive, a bonus that will now be handed over to the Proteas Women, and that would be 1 million rands for what they have been able to achieve and the history that they have made. A very good evening to you. Of course, this is the full view that you're watching. I'm Xolizondo, and we will continue to bring you snippets of what is happening in terms of the homecoming of the Proteas Women.